Reynolds and knocked backwards, if you can believe that. 11th play in this drive coming up. Anderson will look and throw. Alexander does not get in. They give the shot there, I don't know. The 49ers don't think he made it. Who's on the bottom of that pile? Jack Reynolds again. Number 64. That's a team effort for San Francisco's defense.
Craig Patterson's way to the goal line. He goes in for a 49er touchdown. And the 49ers are leaving the Miami Dolphins far to the rear now.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
This is complete domination. The 49er offense has beaten the Denver Bronco defense every way.
From the 44, they fake it to Floyd. Young to the air, Young to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, that's quite a statement their defense made to handle the middle of the football field. And Frank, I have dumbfounded as to what they're doing.
Good move to the outside on Carrington.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary week. Your boy's been doing good. Just we're here. The last final break. this time next month, we'll be pretty much getting ready for training camp. So it's almost here, y'all. I think they said 12 more Sundays till regular season football. The Niners preseason games are all on a Saturday this year. So I can't think about the math or anything right now. So we're going to go ahead and break down the Niners running back room for y'all. But, of course, before we do that, as always, we got to pay some bills. Himself, Gold Fuel is a great tasting energy drink without the crash. Use our affiliate link below to save 10% on all Gold Fuel energy drinks. Help out the show and save 10% at the official Niner online store by using our affiliate link in the description below. Go to seatgiant.ca to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. The website again, seatgiant.ca, promo code Niner Faithful Radio. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. All right, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned in to Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful.
All right, y'all. Sorry. Had to clear the notifications. I'm making sure nothing's happening, nobody's dying or anything. So I thought we'd get it back in the running back room because look, this isn't even a situation where we should all be too curious on who our starters should be. Week 1 in Seattle, we get the ball first or get the ball second. The first offensive play, CMC is going to be in the backfield. Might motion out, but CMC will be our starting running back, whatever position he happens to play. I think there's no question about that. My thing about this is I think everybody's assuming that Kyle learned his lesson and that CMC won't be the workhorse that he was in 2023. And I beg to differ. I honestly think that Kyle's going to run CMC until the wheels fall off. Until he's forced not to run CMC. The week before the season starts, Jason and I we always do our season predictions. And one of the big ones we've had since CMC's been here is, will he get 1,000? And my hope is always no, because I don't want him to get the load that he's going to have to get in order to get 1,000. If you ask me, apparently John Lynch did an interview, said the Niners are going to take their lumps in 2025. I'm curious of where this interview was. I didn't see anything. So if somebody knows where it is, let me know, and I will watch it. I would like to gauge the context which this was said and the other things that were going on. But truthfully, it's the CMC show. And the biggest hope that we have in making a legit run to end the quest for 6 this year is a healthy CMC. So I was there at the Cardinals game in 2023, the home game where he scored 4 touchdowns. I was the one that started the MVP chants. And I will go to my grave believing that if the MVP is not a quarterback award, CMC is the MVP in 2023. I'm sorry, he just is. He was the most valuable player in the NFL. All respect to Lamar, but the most valuable player in the NFL in the 2023 season was Christian McCaffrey. And honestly, I don't think it's even close. I really don't. I do not think it's close. And I think ultimately, Kyle, I don't want to say forgot how to call offensive game plan, but Kyle was just so used to in 23 having the cheat code that was CMC. You saw it with Brock. That's the reason that JP Mason is no longer on the team, because it wasn't production wise. JP Mason was productive enough to be our number 2 running back. It was because Brock didn't trust him. You saw that. How many times did we see JP Mason open last year for a check down that we know Brock will throw because he threw it to CMC all the time? He did not trust JP Mason for whatever reason. I'm not going to say whose fault it was, whatever. I think it's pretty obvious. We saw it play out on the field in 2024, and we saw it obviously with the fact that JP Mason isn't here, even though he led the NFL in rushing at one point last season. And the Niners let him go for a relatively cheap price. I mean, undrafted free agent running back, cool. I see, we got a reasonable value, but I don't think JP Mason's a backup. I think we might see that JP Mason's more of a starter than a backup this year. Now, what is the starting running back nowadays? Unless you're Saquon or CMC, Derrick Henry, one of our old school Derrick Henry, not so much anymore. You've been proven that running backs a year or 2, maybe 3. Look what happened to Zeke. As soon as the Cry Girls paid him, Zeke went off a cliff. So I know there are a lot of pissed off Giants fans who think that they should have kept Saquon. I actually think they made the right decision. Oh, well, because of where they're at. They're not a Saquon Barkley away from really truly competing. So, I mean, Patrick, other running back, okay, but should he take carries away from CMC? No. I honestly didn't think he was anything special last year. I was actually greatly disappointed. And there's going to be a running back that I know I'm in the minority in my opinion on him. And I hope I'm wrong, this year. And he proves me wrong, just like Demo did. But yeah, we'll get to that particular running back here in a second. But that's just, I know Corey Kiner has a curse of the 49, but everybody was talking about him. Jordan James, the running back we got out of Oregon. I know everybody's talking about him, but just, I don't want to knock this because he could be a fine player. But how many times have we seen the Niners draft a running back and the player we signed as an unrestricted free agent makes more of an impact in the team? How many times did we saw it? Paging Joe Williams, paging Trey Sermon, paging. I know some of y'all. I'm surprised my normal listeners ain't in here yet because I know they would be giving me answers in the comments. So I don't want to knock the pick individually. And what? Oh, where do we draft him? I think it was 3rd or 4th round. Was it 3rd or 4th round? Hold on, give me a second. To draft seems like so long ago. So we took him 5th round. So I'm not necessarily mad that we took a running back in the 5th round, but it's just one of those things that I don't know. Is he really just Kyle's going to want to take him off the field for CMC? Or realistically, it's probably not Kyle so much. It's actually probably I forgot his name. Our running backs coach. Bobby Turner. It's honestly probably Kyle probably just says, Bobby, whatever you want to do. I think Kyle said sometimes he didn't even know what personnel is kind of all bad. Because obviously players have strengths and weaknesses, so you would kind of want to know, so you know what play call to go. But I'm sure they have a system for that. But yeah, y'all start to see what I'm saying. We're starting to name some of these running backs and objectively saying, okay, so this running back takes snaps away from CMC as it stands right now. And let's be real. Training camp's going to be hard to judge him. We're not going to really be able to judge him until we get to the preseason. And CMC's not. And so I'm actually excited. That's low-key one of my position battles to watch. Is just because I don't think CMC gets any playing time in the preseason. If he gets any, it's going to be very little. I think they're going to bubble wrap him until the regular season, and they're just going to say, "Hey, we'll practice him." I know we're having joint practices with the Raiders. Or I should say, I believe it's a joint practice. I believe we are with the Broncos or the Chargers, one of the two. I believe. I could be wrong about that, but he's going to get his work in practice, and they'll probably bring him in a couple series in the I believe it's the second one that they treat as a third preseason game now. But CMC, we're not going to see CMC take any significant snaps in the preseason. So we're definitely going to have these running backs are going to have an opportunity to show us what they got. But I'm sorry. Getting on to the next one in the list, Isaac Guerendo. Okay, this is the one I was telling y'all about earlier. I really wasn't impressed. I will say that clearly, once he gets to the edge, it's very hard to catch him. I'm going to get to him in a second. He's the next one coming up right now, Crazy Juice. He's going to be the next running back that we talk about. Yeah, literally. And the last running back we talk about. So, I will say, once he gets to the edge, it's very hard to catch him. He's got the speed. And I think he has natural hands. That's the one thing I'll give him credit over JP Mason on, is that I believe Isaac Guerendo has better hands because he was a receiver before he became a running back. So, I'm willing to say, hey, you're not a complete player your rookie year. The biggest jump a player makes is from year 1 to year 2 and all those things. And if by the end of camp, I could definitely see that Isaac Guerendo is a stock up for me. But as we stand right now, without seeing any type of practices or preseason games or any reports or anything, yeah. And that's what worries me, honestly. Because I wasn't impressed with him, y'all. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully he comes in and he knocks it out because he's damn sure going to get a lot of run in the preseason. I mean, Crazy Juice, can you agree that CMC probably has maybe 15 to 20 snaps the whole preseason? If that. I could definitely see him being like a quarterback treatment where it's like, how many snaps was the first drive? 15? Yeah, get him out of there. Because I think we saw last year, good, bad, whatever y'all feel, CMC goes down, the Niners are kind of fucked. Maybe not fucked, but we're definitely up shit's creek without a paddle. So, it was CMC's injury that kind of made me just be like, all right, y'all, it ain't our season, y'all. So, I mean, fine. Yes, I do agree with that. I do agree that right now, if we had to go play a game on Sunday, Isaac Guerendo's our number 2 running back. I would agree with that. But I think that might show the lack of depth in your running back room, which is kind of to be understandable just off the GP that, like, CMC is going to take a lot of cap room that is allocated for that room. So, we're going to keep that in mind. Next, last running back we're going to talk about. This is actually a short position. We'll get out of here in probably less than 30 minutes. Israel Abakanda. I believe I'm probably butchering his name. But like Crazy Juice was saying, he came from the Jets. I heard from we didn't see him last year in the red and gold, but from everything I heard, it's speed, and speed. So John Lynch wasn't playing around when he said the Niners need to get faster. We definitely added a lot of significant speed to the team this year. So we might struggle to get to the edge this year, but I'd be damned if we ain't going to score some 80-yard touchdowns if we can get to the edge, y'all, with all the speed we got in the running back room. So right now, and obviously Juice. The juice is loose on the field. Y'all know. Let's just take a second to appreciate Kyle Williams. Man, slap yourself, T. Harder. Man, I appreciate Kyle Juice check. Why the fuck did I say Kyle Williams? Damn. Man, fuck. I'm pissed at myself, y'all. Like, slap myself again. Man, slap myself again. Bro, I can't believe I said that. Let's all take a second to appreciate Juice. And the man took a pay cut to be here. Now, when your wife's starting to make the bank that his wife is making, you could do that. But I think it's clear Juice wants to stay here. Juice wants to retire a Niner. And come on, y'all. We all get our feels for players that want to stay here and players that show loyalty that Juice shows. As y'all know, I'm a Manchester United fan. Bruno turned down our Fernandes, but I guess if you Anglo-Saxonize it, it's Bruno Fernandes. Said he turned down $200 million over 4 years to go play in Saudi Arabia. Who am I? Who are you? What's up, bro? My name's TJ, aka your boy Niner Faithful. Christopher Kim. What's up? Who are you, Christopher Kim? Welcome to the show. I've been doing it for about this is gonna be our 9th season covering the Niners, but I've been a fan since Super Bowl 23. So been a fan for a while. Who am I? That's kind of weird. I'm the owner of this. Looking at the CEO and host of NFR. Anyway, so that totally threw me off. Yeah, and so like he definitely does. And so like, and look, was he as productive as he was last year? No. That fumble did kill me. I was like, damn, what was it in was it Arizona or Buffalo where he had that fumble near the goal line? And I was like, oh, Juice, I need you to hold on to that, bruh. I believe it was Buffalo. I could be mistaken. Might have been Arizona. But it was definitely, there was a fumble. Is he starting to get to the tail end of his career? Yeah. Probably more years in the rear view than in the front mirror. Like, more years behind than ahead. But I think he can still be a productive fullback. No, he turned down 200 million to go. He turned down 200 million. So yeah, that's. I'm not saying that Juice would turn down 200 million, but there's been a saying amongst us Reds this summer that Bruno didn't show loyalty. That's not loyalty, that's love. There's some people who would say that's stupidity. But when you turn down 200 million over 4 years, that's not loyalty, that's love. And I don't think Juice is loyal. I think Juice has love for the Niners. Now, it may not be the Niners, the team. It could be Crazy Juice. Before we get out of here, I got to show you something I just got, bro. You're gonna enjoy it. So it might just specifically Jed, Kyle, John Lynch. Yes. But Juice is definitely like all good, brother. All good. Juice is not necessarily like he's not going to be retired. His jersey's not going to go up in the rafters or anything like that. But he's going to be one of those Niners that like some little kid from now is going to go to a Niner game in like 15 years, and Juice is going to be an honorary captain, and he's going to walk on the field, and they're going to be like, please welcome Kyle Juszczyk, and everybody's going to go, Juice! And like, kids are going to look at us like we're crazy and everything, but it's going to be like, Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times, he'll pop up. People are going to look at us and, we're going to have to explain that Juice was that man. Anyway, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Promise y'all less than 30 minutes. But please, before you go in the description, make sure you get your Goat Fuel energy drink. This shit's bomb. Like, I'm not saying this, y'all. They didn't become a sponsor, and then I started drinking them. I started drinking them, and because I started drinking them, I was interested in making them a sponsor. Because if I'm going to commit to something, I like to make it a sponsor of the show. If I like it, I'm like, hey, I think it's a good product and everything. Actually, you know what? I think that might be good with some gin or some Henny. It's the Jerry Rice flavor is a blueberry or tropical berry. That actually might be some good with some Henny. So I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Real quick, my 4 running backs, Jones, Patrick Taylor, Isaac Guerrero, and CMC. I think that's gonna be it. All right, y'all. Till next week, we're going to give you all a big faith, love, and happiness. Oh, wait, Crazy Juice. Go Niners. But before you go, Crazy Juice, hold on. Let me grab this for you. It's the 07-08 Manchester United Champions League final jersey. So yeah, your boy got that from Amazon. So I was super happy when I was able to get that and everything. And I was like, I got to show Crazy Juice the new Ronaldo jersey. He'll get a kick out of it. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Glory, glory, Man United. No, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. My bad. Y'all probably just so y'all must have just only saw the number 7. Although 49ers Red Zone, I do actually have a cap jersey. It's a 2008 Champions League final from when we won the Champions League in Moscow. Follow. Because the United are going to Moscow. There'll be thousands of Reds. We'll be pissed off our heads because United are going to Moscow. Anyway, all right, y'all. Glory, Man United. So, not the reason I became a United fan, but definitely a benefit of basically my two football teams basically having the same color jerseys. Although United have black in their jerseys, the Niners necessarily don't. But all right, y'all. I said this a million times. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. I'll grab my Cap jersey for y'all. So I'm a very, check the tape type of dude, but and then this is actually one of my favorite. I got the TO authentic. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of disappointed Ronaldo reunited. Although, like, you know what was it? 22 goals. Like, I don't think that's too bad. 22 goals. I think he had. It was something like 40 over the course of those 2 years. But let's be real. Ronaldo wasn't like Ronaldo was past his Premier League status. Like, he could go dominate in the Saudi League. Cool. He's the GOAT. All that. We love him. But his domination in the Premier League is well behind him. All right, y'all. Well, glory, Man United. Premier League fixtures come out. I know England time, it's 9 a.m., so 1 p.m. here on the West Coast. Though I was getting on a Wayne Rooney jersey for my first United jersey. Wayne Rooney. Hey, saw my mate the other day. I told my scene, white Pele. So he asked, who is he? He goes by the name of Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney. He goes by the name of Wayne Rooney. Hey, I fuck with Wayne Rooney, man. Even though he's a fucking Scouser. One of the very few Scousers I love. 81 is always a cool jersey. I mean, the OG gave it to me and everything. I normally don't like Niner road jerseys, but I'm like, bruh, it's T.O. Yeah. That's one of the reasons that's one of the things that sucked about when we sold him was that, let's be real, United sold him right when he's starting to get into his prime. So I guess money-wise might have been the best. The Rooney Rule. Hey, you know what? Maybe we should make it a podcast. Make a podcast and call it the Rooney Rule. And like a Niners United podcast. I call it the Rooney Rule. Hey, that'd be hella dope. Anyway, I've actually been thinking, like, it sucks because there's so many Manchester United podcasts out there that, like, it really would be a bad idea to open one, but I have thought about opening one. Anyway, I got to get up out of here, y'all. Crazy Juice, hit me up, brother. Yeah, okay. So the home jerseys of these ones are actually my favorite Niner jerseys. 49ers Red Zone. Those are actually my favorite Niner jerseys. Is the red version of my TL jersey that I have. I honestly wish, like, we brought back the 55 throwbacks, which I guess you could technically call them the 94, even though they're the 54 or 55 throwbacks. But the 94 throwbacks that were the throwbacks of the 55 jerseys, like, let's be real, those jerseys are iconic. But I've always been lightweight mad that we did a lot of losing in these jerseys. That's why they'll never bring them back. Anyway, your boys got to go to the bathroom. Thank you. David, man, you came in so late, brother. Hold on. We got to do it, bro. Tradition and superstition.
Sorry ass Rams. So long.
Fuck the Yams, baby. All right, y'all. God bless. Faith, love, and happiness. We'll see you next week.